Ni hao, washi huan hambaobao. I just said, hello, I like hamburgers as we take on the Chinese Grand Prix. That was in Mandarin, by the way. That's the perks of having a Chinese girlfriend is you can learn some Mandarin here as we head into the Chinese Grand Prix. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the F1 2012 career mode here as we take on Shanghai, which is going to be an exciting weekend now as we're coming off of a not so great Malaysian Grand Prix. Went very wrong. Fortunately, this weekend we don't need to deal with any weather. It's just going to be a nice dry weekend here in Shanghai. Okay, here we go for lap number 1 of qualifying here in Q1 at least, and we'll see what we can put up on the board. Expectations are not the highest based off of the way qualifying has gone so far this season. Really understeery actually here in these opening corners. Probably doesn't help that I definitely overdrove that first corner now and maybe underdrove the third turn, but nonetheless, decent start, but definitely some room for improvement. Shanghai is such a fascinating circuit. It's a circuit that I didn't really care for it growing up, but as the years have gone on, I've definitely come to enjoy this track a lot more than I used to. So now when I come here, yeah, I definitely enjoy it because there's a lot more unique characteristics than I used to give credit for here with the long straightaways, but you got the sweeping S's here as well, which is nice. I mean, obviously not great for racing, but fun for driving, of course. And then, of course, you got the double left-handers. I mean, this is probably my least favorite part of the racetrack because it doesn't really promote really much racing, but once you get to this corner right here basically on, there's a lot of good racing to be had here in Shanghai. Wow, I overshot that. I was thinking my old F1 like modern game braking zone, that is not going to work there. I mean, we'll finish the lap just to see where we stacked up in the first couple of sectors, but obviously it's going to be slower than anybody after that. What an absolute disaster that was. Oh my god, I beat some people. What? I beat De La Rosa, I beat Petrov and Kovalainen. How in the world? They must have had something go wrong. Okay, I ran way better than actually just about anybody in Sector 1. Okay, not about anybody, but a lot of the grid actually beat in Sector 1. Very interesting. All right, we beat, no matter what, it looks like we've already beat a few guys here, but we're going to try and hook up this final hairpin. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious into the braking zone. Actually, I would say I was still a little bit over-aggressive even with that, so I thought I was still braking a little bit on the early side, but no. Definitely going to have to back it up just a little bit more if we make it into Q2, or obviously just in the Grand Prix in general. But to the line, I don't think it's going to be enough to advance it. Well, not did I even go better. 19th. We did go to 19th. So we beat De La Rosa by 3 seconds, and we out-qualify him finally as well for the first time this season. Ricardo joins us out as well as Glock, Peak, Petrov, and Kovalainen there at the bottom of the grid. But I'm feeling pretty good going into the Grand Prix, where it feels like we got just a little bit more pace than we've had in the last couple of rounds. So hopefully we can step up there and get a solid result. Right then, it looks like we got Fernando Alonso on pole position. There we are ready to roll, and there's De La Rosa towards the back of the grid as we get ready for 14 laps here from Shanghai. Make sure the brakes are set to the... Okay, yeah, we can't tell the screen. Let's get ready to roll. Nonetheless, it's going to be 5 red lights, holding, waiting, lights out. Let's go racing here from Shanghai, and I'm immediately... How much do we got? Extra 4 laps. Let's go to Rich. Oh, I've completely fumbled the start here on this one, boys. Oh, boy. Come on, just send it off in here into turn 1. Petrov. Oh, Peak's gone wide, nearly into the side of me there. As we'll get in front of him, he's still struggling a little bit now, and we're just going to kind of settle in here right behind Kimi Räikkönen in the Lotus. He's alongside Ricardo. Someone's off. That's a Ferrari. That's off. That's got to be Felipe Massa, as we've gotten through relatively well, and we are slamming the brake pedal. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I just made it through that. Oh, Massa not giving us much room into the back of Bruno Senna. Fortunately, somehow we avoid damage, but we've gotten up to 16th. What an absolute mess of a start. Oh, you guys are absolute goblins right off the bat here in Shanghai. What are we doing? Just slamming on the brake pedal for no reason. Oh, I'm feeling significant understeer. It feels like I've got damage on the wing right here, but I think we'll be all right here as we get back up to speed and get now into a bit of a rhythm. But oh my goodness, what a chaotic opening lap here from Shanghai. No crashes or anything like that, but I mean, the racing is just insanity, and they're still getting after it. What in the world? Felipe Massa just tried to make a last-second dive up the inside as we're going for a move on center. We're going to have no curves to use down the straightaway, so now exactly this. We're just going to be a sitting duck. We'll get in line behind center and try to get some slipstream, but obviously there's nothing I can really do. He might break early, though, because he has a bit of an interesting line, as I got to remember as well to not break too late as we got through there relatively well. I actually went down into neutral for a second right there, and is that Massa? Massa's back to my right side. I'm not going to make life easy on him after what he just did to me a few moments ago, but as we come through, oops, we'll come through to complete lap 1, and Felipe Massa's actually giving up a little bit of time right there. Okay, I thought he was about to say we were about to see some rain. I was like, there is no way you're going to drop that on me now, but fortunately it's going to stay dry. Oh, the AI really give up some time here in the opening corner. I forgot about this, so that allows me to close up relatively well throughout these first few corners, but then they kind of pull back out a little bit, and Massa, I mean, we're going to be a sitting duck to this Ferrari, probably down the long DRS straight. Here comes Felipe Massa. This is going to be, I mean, he's going to breeze right on by. We'll get in line, get some slipstream here, but that's pretty well all you can do. Look at the Ferrari speed just take off in the distance. I mean, it is what it is right there. We know we don't have a car. Oh my God. Why do you slow down so much? But we don't have a car capable of fighting him. And I mean, we got the pair of Toro Rossos coming up here behind us, of Ricardo as well. So I don't feel very confident when it comes to racing those guys either. We're really just trying to hang on at this point. I'm going to put my fuel back into a standard mix here starting lap 3. And we'll just kind of keep chugging along here. I mean, this first season's all about really just making the best of a not ideal situation. I mean, this car sucks so much that we don't even have curves in it. So we are just going to do our best to hang on and make the best out of the situation that we've got. And hopefully we can impress some other teams as the season progresses on. And hopefully get some good opportunities going into the second season of this career mode. Here comes our boy, Danny Rick, to the inside. I think we might have a chance to outbrake him here, but oh, never mind. Look at him take off. Man, it must be nice to have curves in your car, bud. I wish I knew the feeling, as I'm just going to outbrake you here into this hairpin. Not necessarily on purpose. I just keep forgetting how much earlier I have to brake there. Ricardo gets through, but then you got as well his teammate of Jean-Eric Verne not far behind as we round the final turn, and off into the sunset goes Danny Rick. Jean-Eric Verne, is he going to make a move? He's going to have a look, but he's probably going to lift early. Yes, he will. So we've got him at least covered here until the next DRS rate as well. I mean, that's another thing. These guys not only have curves, but, you know, they've got that DRS ability as well to go and overtake me. So they got two things. I mean, we can have DRS if we're within a second of someone, but we're not in position to get any of that right now. Oh God, look how fast Jean-Eric Verne's coming. He's not going to get here in time though. He's going to make a move, but he's going to have to back out. So we've got him covered off at least till now the front straightaway. Finally, that's the first time all weekend I've probably hooked up that hairpin. And then there is that Grosjean behind him? I think it's Roman Grosjean there, just behind him. I could be wrong, but right now, as we head down this front stretch again, I think we've got ourselves in a good enough position with 10 to go here that Verne is not going to be able to make a move again. He'll look up the inside, not even. He's just going to stay put. So we continue to cover him off at least, but it's just going to be a matter of time until they're close enough down that DRS straight. They'll make a move, they'll get clear, and that will be that. But we're doing a good job right now, at least holding them off. We also have someone out of the race. I'm not sure who yet. And another thing, just looking at the track map, we've done a really good job so far, actually outpacing our teammate at least of De La Rosa. So that makes me feel pretty good that we've at least got the pace over him this weekend. We are continuing to drive away from him. So that makes me feel pretty good. And as we continue as well, we've got our pit window coming up very next lap. So not far away from a pit stop. I see in the back the Lotus pits. I believe it's actually Raikkonen, not Grosjean. That's in that Lotus back there. And Verne is going to be not even close enough to make a move, but I would expect Raikkonen is going to probably get the undercut on us here. So when we pit at the end of this lap, he's going to be definitely in front. Jean-Eric Verne's been able to stay close to me this lap as well, so that's been very different from the last 3 or so laps. So he's definitely going to probably overtake us here. All right, here we go. Here comes Verne. This is not even going to be a contest. He's going to go through. We're going to pit at the end of this lap, though. We'll see what he does. I would expect him. Well, I don't know. I don't think Ricardo's pitted, so I wonder maybe Ricardo will pit this lap before Jean-Eric Verne comes in. But nonetheless, we are going to box no matter what here as we come to the end of lap 6. Time's running out fast, as it looks like Ricardo pits, so I'm expecting Vern. Yeah, he's going to stay out now as we head into the pits. Oh my goodness, huge lockup there on the fronts. Oh no, I just threw away some major time. It just completely slid the fronts there, and I tried to disengage the brakes to, of course, get the fronts to hook back up, but as soon as I reapplied the brake pedal, it was right back to it. That was not an ideal situation right there. Let's come in, get the white stripe prime tires on, and head back out here and try to make something happen. There's Raikkonen there, so he in fact does come out in front of us with the undercut. It also didn't help the fact that I completely botched my pit lane entrance as well, but overall, not a bad race that we've got going for us so far. We were running 17th, make that P18 now once this all settles out. But I'm not disappointed by 18th place. I feel it. Huh? Raikkonen stopping in 3 laps time? Why would Raikkonen pit again? That doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like that's got to be a glitch. That's definitely a glitch. He's not pitting. De La Rosa comes into the pits and we'll pass him. We got Peak as well that will pass, and Jean-Eric Verne comes out way in front of us from the looks of it there. So the overcut, I guess, works out to perfection for Jean-Eric Verne, and I feel like it's so easy to lose time in pit stops in this game for whatever reason, and obviously that's happened here today because there's Verne right up there. I mean, if we find the pace, I mean, theoretically we should not have the pace to be able to run him down, but if we somehow found it, we are still close enough to go get him. I mean, 2.7 seconds is not out of the realm of possibilities, and coming to 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix. All right, lap 9 of 14. We will go to rich fuel mix here soon, but once again, man, I continue to praise the simplicity of these older games and not having to manage all these different types of things in the car, like just the ERS and whatnot. It's just so much simpler. All I'm doing is I'm out here and I'm focusing on driving the car, and that's all I got to focus on. Of course, I have no curves like the other cars, but even curves is pretty straightforward to manage. You have a certain amount you can use per lap. It's very straightforward. It's not like percentages of batteries that you're having to manage over the course of a lap, and as well, you know, make sure you're managing it over the entire race and whatnot. It's just so straightforward, and that's what I love about these older games, is just how much simpler everything was, and that's not because of the games getting more complicated. It's because of Formula One getting more complicated, of course. So it's not the game's fault, it's Formula One's fault that that's happened. But it's such a nice vibe of, I can just come in here, I can focus on one thing, and that's just trying to drive this car fast, and I don't have to worry about messing around with other components in the car for the entire race. It is just such a nice change of scenery coming from the modern F1 games back to this. We got someone pit. Oh, it's Raikkonen. It is Raikkonen pitting. Man, they were not kidding about Raikkonen coming in. I owe my race engineer a big time apology. Oh my God, where am I going? I am so sorry. They said Raikkonen was going to pit. I said they are absolutely out of their minds, but no, they were right. Raikkonen pits, and yeah, Petrov, by the way, is closing in on me right now, so that's something I have to be aware of here. Next lap, we are going to switch over to rich fuel mix, so hopefully that will help our pace a little bit, but he's really cut the gap down from well over 4 seconds to now 3.4 seconds. All right, 3 laps to go. Let's go to the rich fuel mix, and Petrov is how far back? 2.5 seconds, basically, so he continues to close, but hopefully with us just going to this rich mixture will give us just a little bit of that extra pace that we need. He's also going to be dealing with Kimi Räikkönen as well, who's going to be hot on his tail trying to make a move. So that is also going to be an opportunity for us to maybe start expanding the gap a little bit on them. I look back there, I mean, yeah, Räikkönen's pretty well on him, so hopefully they start fighting here relatively soon. That would be very beneficial. Let's see the gap, 2.6 to now 3.0, so we pull it away 4/10. Räikkönen has gotten through into 19th here with 2 laps to go. The gap 2.3 seconds now to him, so that's going to be a problem. I was hoping he would not get through on Petrov quite yet, but unfortunately he has. So now, I mean, at this point, we've got no choice. But if Räikkönen gets here, you know, if it was early in the race, I really wouldn't fight him. But at this point, 2 laps to go. Yeah, he's going to get here. So we're going to make it as hard as we can for Räikkönen to get through, because he's probably going to catch me before the end of this lap. I see a yellow as well. I see a yellow, a very brief yellow, it looked like on towards the last straightaway. I don't think I'm going to be able to make life difficult for Raikkonen. Someone's slow up here. Is that a lap car? That's a lap car. That's slow. I was like, wait a minute. Are we about to run someone down that's having an issue? But no, I think that was one of the Marussia. Someone had problems right there. There is a bunch of tire skid marks right there. But here comes Kimi Raikkonen. Where are you going? Where in the world are you going, buddy? Okay, you go to the left, and he's going to pass us, and we'll get back in line. Oh, he's got me. Oh, my God. Goodbye. See you later. He is gone. And, oh, this is going to get really awkward right here. Hold on. We got to deal with Glock. This is actually an opportunity. No, it's not because, okay. Jesus, Glock in the way. Through goes Raikkonen, unfortunately, coming to the final lap of this Grand Prix. And that's going to relegate us down to 19th. But we'll be okay to hold off Petrov and them. What a fascinating race this has been here. I mean, 19th place is still not exactly where we want to be, but, I mean, the main thing was we outperformed our teammate of De La Rosa all weekend long. We out-qualified him comfortably. We outpaced him comfortably in the race. That was a nice change of scenery. And now here we are, of course, you know, like I said, not running exactly where we want to be, but 19th place in this piece of garbage is not that bad. We'll definitely gladly take this now. How was the gap to Petrov here? He's not even at the timer. There it is. 5 seconds right there. So we are comfortably in front of him. Fernando Alonso is about to win the Grand Prix. There it is right there. Fernando Alonso wins again in what's been a dominant start to the season for the two-time Formula One world champion here, and he's looking to go 3 now championships to his name with Ferrari this season. Off the final hairpin, let's bring it home for a relatively solid 19th place effort. I'm happy with this now. It could have been worse, could have been better, of course, but we'll take it. P19 here in Shanghai, round 3 of our F1 2012 career. Just a solid race, a nice bounce back race. I guess, yeah, we don't hit the goal. I don't really care about that goal. We did what we needed to do while our teammate of De La Rosa down in 22nd. And taking a look at your finishing results here, you got Alonso, Grosjean, and how about Perez again on the podium? Sergio Perez continues to impress with Sauber. Michael Schumacher over Sebastian Vettel. I'm surprised that McLaren didn't really have the pace there. 7th and 8th for Button and Hamilton. Who was the DNF? It was Kovalainen. So Kovalainen, I think he also started last, right? Yes, he did. So he was, yeah, not a good race at all for Kovalainen. But of course, also rounding out the points was another Sauber of Kamui Kobayashi and Rosberg for Mercedes. And looking at the standings as well, Fernando Alonso, 27 points clear of Sergio Perez, and then a whole 45 points clear, and then some on Sebastian Vettel, Weber, Button, Grosjean, and more. As, of course, we go all the way down here, see the bottom of the grid with us in 19th, just a few spots clear of De La Rosa. And looking at the constructors, Ferrari has a 16-point margin right now on Red Bull, 25 points over both Sauber and McLaren, with Mercedes right now in 5th with a bit of work to do right there tight with Lotus. That does it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one from the Bahrain Grand Prix. Have a great day.